We're joined by Sandra Rushing, women's basketball coach, and Langhi and Carley Hudspeth. Ladies, good to see you. And, again, we're in unprecedented times. And anyway, thought we'd catch up on a few things. Coach, trying to stay in touch with players. Thank goodness for Zoom. We're all getting a little more familiar with it. But how have you been doing as far as being able to keep up with everybody?
Well, we've had meetings, once a week. I told them I'd give them this week off. They wasn't. I didn't know this Zoom was going to happen, but we're going to give them a week off. We finished up finals, and I have to brag on them for a minute, Justin, that we finished with a 3.0. And
great.
I'm really, really proud of them because, with everything that's happening, you're not when they go home and they're not there having access to the library and it was really good and they did a good job. Really good job.
So, I'm just curious about when it sort of hit home for you all. And this is going to be the year with an asterisk for everybody about the conference tournament, the NCAA tournament. So this will sort of be a forgotten postseason. But, when did it hit home for you all that things were going to change in a big way for everybody?
Well, I think for me is when, we had started our off season and realized that the conference tournament was canceled. Of course we didn't make it, but we had already started, and then we decided they were there working out and decided to go ahead and let them go home. I don't think anybody expected that we would be, gone this long, but it's definitely hit home now.
So, Carla, let me start with you as far as, the transition into distance learning and the transition away from campus. How did that go for you? What did you have to do to get, kind of settled out?
It went pretty well for me just because I already had almost 4 online classes because I had 3 online, 1 hybrid. So basically everything was already online. Mm-hmm. So when I came home, it wasn't too much of a transition. So I was able to just keep the course. And
Hannah, for you?
It was a little rocky at sometimes because mainly because the Wi-Fi and I'm in the country, so we don't have very good servers or anything, and it was kind of different. I didn't have all of the resources right at my fingertips, but the teachers were great and everything worked out good in the end, so it's good. Yeah.
So, Coach, what can you do and what can you not do with players from distance at this point? I mean, and I guess there would be some restrictions at this point in the season anyway.
Right. Well, we've sent normally May is their time off, and they come back in June and July, and this is going to be different for us. They're not. They have a workout, but it's not as strenuous as it's going to be in June and July. They need a little break, and I know they've had a break at home, but we're not doing much right now. We're just communicating with them and telling them that they need to stay in shape because, Justin, ever since I've been at UCA, we've always had our student athletes back in the summer where we could work out. So mm-hmm. this is an adjustment, and it goes back to, and I talk to players all the time, commitment, self-discipline. I mean, we're looking at a team that's coming back that has not won a championship. And this is something that, we didn't even make the tournament last year, but we're very capable of doing it this year. But you got to put in the work now. And when you get home, sometimes it's easy to, I don't want to do this, I don't want to do that. But we do have players that are committed, and they have the workout. And, I always say your summer is your season. Summer is your season. What we do in the summer, individually, and that gives us time when we come back in August and September that we can start working on the team instead of trying to get somebody in shape.
Carly, what's a day in the life? What are you doing? What's your day-to-day look like? Other than I know you're working out really hard.
There we go.
That's what all the athletes are saying. It's all I do is eat perfect, work out, study my playbook. That's all I'm hearing. No Netflix and chill. Everybody's working out and doing all the right things.
Well, the best part is probably sleeping in every day. Been sleeping in every day, and then I get up. I have I like to kind of have some time to kind of relax. After lunch, I'll either come outside and read and write, or I'm learning how to play the piano, which is my favorite thing because it's always been a dream of mine to learn how to play the piano. But I've always been well, if I had more time. And I have more time now. So now I'm learning how to play the piano, which has been really fun. And then what I really like is me and my mom have been kind of working out together. So that's been fun. And then I've been making – actually, I debated if I should share this or not, but Coach already found out somehow. I've been making, like, TikTok videos, and I never thought that I would. And then I kind of got addicted to it. So my 12-year-old self is, like, living vicariously through TikTok. So that's a day in my life.
I think a lot of us are doing things that we never thought we would be doing right now. So that's part of it. Yeah.
And I called her the other day and I told her, I said, I heard you're really funny. And she said, what? And so I said, keep doing it. This is great. This is great.
Yeah.
Well, I'm surprised, but not as surprised as I would be if Coach told me she was doing TikTok videos.
I'm working on it. On
Okay.
it.
I mean, look, the way things are today, the way you try to connect with players, I mean, you gotta look at every opportunity, I guess. So that's one way to get it. So, Hannah, are you working the farm or are you just hanging on the farm?
Yeah. We like go mudding and stuff. I have a new baby. Well, we have a family baby. His name's Izzy. We rescued him from a high-kill shelter out of Memphis. But yeah, it's either this or the lake or the gym or I'm learning Spanish. It's kind of rough because I'm trying to do it. I have to like look up all the words. I tried this one before and it did not turn out very well, but we'll see for right now. But yeah, it's either that. We go to the lake a lot. We went tubing and surfing. That was fun.
Well, there you go. Coach, I don't know if your players will be any better when they get back, but you're going to have one that's bilingual and one that plays piano. So you get that.
That's right. Yes.
So last year's team was unique. I mean, the men's team had the same situation, Coach, and it's not very common. You had one senior. And so, this year you're going to have a lot more upperclassmen. What do you expect from the team, from a sort of a chemistry makeup versus what you had last year?
Well, I said last year I thought we had good chemistry. We just really had a lot of new players. And I'm looking for our seniors and upperclassmen. I'm looking for their leadership. We shouldn't miss a beat because they already know what's expected. And so, I'm hoping practice will, go a little bit smoother and we still have to teach and go over fundamentals. We've added 4 new players, but right now we're still waiting on another one. But we actually have more people returning this year than we have new. So I think that's a positive for our program.
Carly, what about for you? I mean, what's your mentality going into next season? What are some things you've thought about, as far as working on? And, the thing I liked about the team late, and Coach and I, we talked about this, I guess, late in the year at Abilene. You didn't win as much as you would have liked this year, but the fight was still there, and a lot of teams would have gotten discouraged. But y'all brought the fight until the very end of the season. What are some things you took away from that and maybe you can use going forward here?
Well, the first thing that I think about is, like, I can't believe that I'm sort of considered like an upperclassman now because I still feel like I should be like the little freshman coming in, but it's crazy that I'm a junior now. But yeah, something that I'm working on is my endurance. So I'm trying to take advantage of this extra time to build endurance, like going on longer runs or bike rides, to build that up in the season. But I think something like, I don't know, it's what was the question again?
Just about, sort of, I kind of went all over the place there, so that was my bad. But, maybe just sort of what you can build off of last year for this coming season.
Oh, yeah. Okay. I think kind of like Coach said, we've really, and like you said, like through everything that we've been through, we've really bonded. And another thing I also think of is, like, by the time I'm a senior, I'm going to feel like I've been through it all, like been through, our first year, we squeezed in the tournament, been through the year with the coronavirus. And, this year we can turn that around, and then I can say I've been to the year where we came back out on top, surprise everybody, so whatever it may be, I know that, or I'm thankful for the family that we've created. So I hope that we can keep building on that and coming closer.
Hannah, this is your last go around. What's your thought process coming into the season?
Well, it's senior year, and it seems crazy, and I feel like I have so much to improve on to be considered a senior. Like, I don't know, like seniors, I've always, like, all of our seniors have been, like, amazing. They've led the team, they've been there, they've known. Like, I came in with Tabby, and then, like, Taylor this year. So it's just crazy to me that I'm actually going to be a senior. But I'm excited because, of course, like y'all said, there's all these people coming back. So whenever Coach Rushing's like a very fundamental person, a very fundamental coach. And so now they already have a year where they've like learned. I feel like last year was a good year. And so I'm excited to see all them coming back. And even like now we all have a group Snapchat. So we Snapchat and they'll be like checking in. And so like everyone's still working out. So I know everyone's still like they have the fire coming in this year. It's like if it didn't take it personal last year, this year is going to be personal. So that's what I'm excited about.
Yeah. Well, last year I know it was no fun not going to the tournament. The good news is there wasn't one. And so, Coach, I think we should just pretend like nobody went. And so really there wasn't really a tournament anyway. So, I mean, we don't need to talk about it again. That's the year that didn't happen. So it's fine. And I got to ask you one more thing. I don't want to come on. This is going to seem like a weird question, but I've really been wondering. It's not just you. There's a few players. And, Coach, I don't know if you guys have a tailor on the payroll at UCA, but you guys all pull at your shorts like they're made out of cactuses, like you guys are uncomfortable in them. So I'm wondering what the deal is with the short thing. What's going on?
For me, it's like a habit now. Like I get like baggy shorts, I guess, and like I just like hold them up. I don't really know. It's just like starts dangling on my legs, and so I guess I'm used to like running shorts or something. So I use like Taylor's always like, Hannah, you're pulling up your shorts again. I was like, oh crap, like I don't mean to, but it's like now it's a habit. But I don't know. It's just I don't know.
It just seemed like I'm distracted watching. I'm thinking, man, I don't know how you can focus on what you're supposed to be doing and you're trying to adjust your. I'm like, Coach, we got to get a tailor. I don't know. We got to talk to Dr. T. We got to get a tailor on staff. I don't know. So, I mean, it's hard to make plans, Coach. I mean, everything's kind of a moving target, but I mean, I'm sure you have probably multiple plans in place, but what's the next step?
Well, I'm constantly meeting, through Zoom with my staff, and we're, that roadmap for the year, for recruiting our underclassmen, weights, program, what we're going to do. We're watching a lot of film too. I mean, this has given us time to really go back and watch film, and we're looking at some of our conference schools and who they're returning and who they signed. I think this is a great opportunity for us. Now, I would love to have the players back on campus. I miss them. I miss seeing them. I know it's hard to believe, ladies, but I do miss seeing y'all every day. And, because this is a great group. And I said it all year long, no matter what the outcome was, this last year's team was fun to be around, fun to travel with, and that makes it enjoyable for me. And I'm really proud of them. Now, like I said, we've got unfinished business, and we're going to get to work, and they're going to hopefully work out over the summer, and then we're going to see where it's going to take us.
I like it. All right, ladies, stay safe. I appreciate y'all coming on, and hope to see you all on campus soon.
Thank you.
Thanks for having us.
Thanks, Justin. Appreciate you.
All right, Coach. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.